Let's see. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan. I'm sorry, people of the city of Lansing versus Tyler Hatton, file number 20001168871. Mr. Hatton, today was the date set for a show cause. Because you still own the money on the citation from 2020. How long are you supposed to be in custody, sir?
I've been in custody for 12 months and I'm waiting to go to rehab.
Okay, so you don't know what time or how long that'll be?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll note in the file that you're waiting to go to rehab, so we don't have another show cause in the next 60 days. And then once you're out, you can make payment arrangements on that, okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, okay, Mrs. Lucida is back. Okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jose Lopez Hernandez, file number 22-03345. Council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Okay, Mr. Lopez Hernandez, how are you today?
Good.
Today was the date set for a pre-trial on a operating while intoxicated. And this matter was reset because Mr. Lopez Hernandez had an appointment for an assessment with CMH. Are we ready to proceed at this time?
No.
Ms. Donnelly? She frozen. There's no way Ms. Donnelly is that still. Ms. Donnelly, can you hear us? I think she's frozen. Oh, there she goes. We're off the record. Mr. Lee, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I don't know that any of your clients are present right now. Is that correct?
I do not believe that anybody that is scheduled for the 9:30 is present right now, Your Honor.
Sounds good. Ms. Donnelly, you were frozen for a little bit there.
Something happened to my connection. I apologize.
It's not your fault. Nonetheless, let's see. Are we ready to proceed on Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. Was there an offer on that?
Your Honor, there hasn't been an offer yet. We do have the substance abuse assessment. Right now, I'd like a 2-week adjournment. I need to go over immigration consequences with Mr. Lopez Hernandez, and then hopefully we can move forward from there.
Sounds good.
May 2nd at 10 a.m.
May 2nd at 10 a.m. Do you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Lopez Hernandez?
You say my what? My
Your
second?
next court date, May 2nd, that's correct, at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need to call IT. Okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jamie Lee Robinson and file number 22-00449. Council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Jamie Robinson, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay. Looks like she has 2 files. Okay. On this file, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. This matter was adjourned to allow you, Ms. Robinson, to get your license or your suspension cleared. Was she able to do that, counsel?
Yes, she did clear the suspension, and she actually has gotten a temporary license that I have provided a copy for to the city attorney. So he would be moving to dismiss that, the no ops.
This Mr. Staples has got to move on his own.
The city would make a motion to move to dismiss the no ops, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. That one will be dismissed. And then I have another file for you, Ms. Robinson, and that's file number 22L2687953. That was scheduled for show cause today because you owed $180. She still owe that? When are you gonna pay that? Because you told me in March, you were gonna pay on March 28th.
Yes, I apologize. I haven't started my job yet. I'm scheduled to do new hire paperwork on Wednesday. So if I could get an extension for another 30 days until I get a paycheck, that would be fantastic.
Okay, I'll give you 60 days. Because I don't know how long it'll take for your first paycheck to kick in. Don't forget
Okay.
about it so that we don't have to see you for this one anymore. And we would
Okay.
hate for your newly reinstated license to get suspended for a ticket that could be paid.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're all set, ma'am.
Your Honor, I
have
did
to-
have a question though, just to clarify for Ms. Robinson, if she does need to request an extension, here now or any point, would she contact the clerks at the criminal desk, or would she contact directly your court?
Either way,
Okay.
you can contact either. Typically, when they contact the clerk's office will just call us and ask if there's an extension. So just get in contact with somebody.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're all set, ma'am. Thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Dominic Martin Salazar, file number 23-00201, counsel appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, who's appearing separately by video.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was reset for a pretrial and operating while intoxicated. We're waiting for the report for assessment. Has there been an offer at this time?
Your Honor, there has been an offer extended. We did get an assessment from Pat's and I provided it to Mr. Staples. The offer is that he can plead guilty to, I think it's count 1 of OWI right now, and the city would dismiss the second count of failure to stop at scene of a property damage accident. Though I have been in discussions with Mr. Staples, and if Mr. Salazar were to follow the recommendations of the referral, there might be a better offer. So at this time, I'd be requesting another 30-day adjournment to see if Mr. Salazar can commit himself to the intensive outpatient programming.
May 23rd at 9.
May 23rd at 9 a.m. Do you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Salazar?
You're muted, Mr. Salazar. We didn't hear you.
Oh, there it goes. I found it. Sorry, guys. Nope. I was just making sure that I got it right. It's May 23rd at 9 a.m. Correct?
That's correct.
All right. Sorry about that. I couldn't get the bottle to pop up. But nope, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, sir.
Thank you much. Have a blessed day.
Same to you. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Haskell Sasita, file number 23-00172. Appearance for the record, counsel.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Okay, and Mr. Sasita is representing himself. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pretrial and operating with a high blood alcohol content. And we adjourned this matter in February to allow you to complete a substance abuse assessment. Have you been able to do that, Mr. Sasita?
Yes, Your Honor. I forwarded it off to Mr. Staples.
Mr. Staples, is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. After having reviewed the statement and spoken with Mr. Sauceda several times, the city has made an offer of an amended charge of operated while impaired by liquor under MCL 257625 sub 3 or OCI 1200.
What's the penalty?
That is a 4-point misdemeanor, Your Honor.
Okay. You need to be advised of the complete penalty.
It would be imprisonment for not more than 90 days, I believe, and fine of not more than $500 or both. And it also carries 90 days of restrictions on his license, all of which we have discussed previously.
Okay, Mr. Sauceda, have you had an opportunity to consider this offer?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And did you need time to seek legal counsel about it, or did you want to have time to further think about it, or did you want to accept that offer today?
I'll accept the offer and plead guilty today.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, you're being offered to plead guilty to a amended count of operating while impaired by liquor. That's a misdemeanor. Maximum penalty for first offense is a 90-day restriction on your license. It's 4 points also, and then it's 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines.
Uh-huh.
You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And you understand that you would have to give up several rights in order to accept that?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the rights you're gonna have to give up is your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty, and you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge being brought against you, and they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you willing to waive your right to the presumption of innocence and your right to have the city prove each element against you beyond a reasonable doubt at trial in order to accept this offer?
Yes.
So that also means you're gonna have to give up your right to confront or cross-examine any of the witnesses that the prosecution intended to call. You're gonna give up your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe would further a defense to this charge. You're gonna give up your right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. You understand that?
Yes.
You're willing to give up all of those rights?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to want to waive your rights and plead guilty today?
No.
Any promises being made to you in exchange for you entering a guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Are you on bond on any other matter?
No, just this one here.
Okay, you understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, or you may need to report a conviction on a future job application.
Yes.
You also understand that a guilty plea could have impact on any travel or immigration status you may be seeking.
Yes,
And you also understand that there will be restrictions as to your driver's license, correct?
yes,
Okay. Are you entering a guilty plea because you believe you're guilty?
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Okay. And only you know if you're guilty or not. As to the amended charge of operating while impaired by liquor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or stand mute?
guilty.
Okay. On or about September 9, 2022, were you operating a motor vehicle at the location of Michigan and Larch?
Yes,
Is that in the city of Lansing,
yes,
Ingham County, state of Michigan?
yes,
Okay. And during that, you were operating on a highway open to the public at that time?
yes.
Okay, and when you were operating the motor vehicle, were you under the influence of alcohol?
I'd have had 5 beers. Yeah,
You had 5 beers prior
Yeah.
to operating the motor vehicle,
yes.
and that impaired your driving?
No, no, it didn't, but
It did not impair your driving?
no.
Okay, okay, well, I cannot accept your plea then, okay?
Okay,
We'll set this for a trial. No, I'm not having a final for trial.
May 9th at 8:15.
To be set for trial May 9th at 8:15 in the morning. I cannot take a plea if you cannot establish the facts on the record to support the plea. So you're saying that you were not impaired by the alcohol, therefore the city needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you were impaired, okay?
okay. Now, since we got to go to trial, I had I was with a group of 14 people, and at least 6 or 7 of them are from Florida. Now, do you guys subpoena them here, or
That's up to the city. I don't subpoena anybody.
okay? Who do I talk to about that?
About, you want witnesses? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, if we got to go to trial, yeah.
Yeah, you can subpoena your witnesses.
But the court has to do it though, don't they?
You could, if you need assistance with how to subpoena witnesses, you need to get into the court rules. You decided you wanted to represent yourself for trial or for this case. We don't subpoena witnesses for you, but we can assist you because you're representing yourself in figuring out how to subpoena, okay? And I don't know who the city would call as witnesses. I couldn't speak to that. I don't know that they would call 15 witnesses from out of state for operating while intoxicated, because I don't know if that's relevant. But if you have some witnesses that you think would help further your defense, then you need to get some assistance with that.
I was never intended on going to trial. I thought I was pleading guilty to.
Yeah, well, you didn't do a good job with entering the plea, and that's probably because you believe you're not guilty. I asked you if you were pleading guilty because you believe you were guilty, and you struggled with that answer. And then, as I was trying to elicit a factual basis, sir, you made it very clear on the record that the alcohol did not impair your driving, but you're pleading to impairment, so you have to establish those elements, and you don't believe it impaired your driving. So what I'll give you is an opportunity to seek counsel and think about that, but you're scheduled for a trial at this time on the 9th. If you can't enter I'm sorry?
Can I enter the guilty plea and tell you that it impaired my driving?
No, you can't lie. You was under oath to tell the truth and the whole truth.
Right, and that's what I did.
Agreed. So now you can't just lie to get a plea in.
Okay.
So if that's your truth, you have the right to have the city have to prove that you were impaired. That's their burden, not yours.
Okay.
you have any questions at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Did you want to seek to get court-appointed counsel again at this time? I don't know if your circumstances have changed.
I may have to, I guess now.
Okay. Mr. Lee or Ms. Donnelly, are you available to meet with him?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll put you both in a private meeting room. You're in room 1, Ms. Donnelly. I just moved Mr. Sauceda to room 1. Mr. Sauceda, you should go back to breakout room and you'll see you're in room 1.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I see Keto Armstrong.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lee, is that yours or Ms. Donnelly's?
Mr. Armstrong is my client, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak with him?
Briefly, please.
Okay, I'll put you in a private meeting room.
Hello?
Hello, what is your name?
Marcus Evans.
Okay, Mr. Evans, we'll see if your attorney needs to meet with you, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, would it be possible to have the city attorney, Matt Staples, join us in the breakout room?
I put him in room 3 with you.
Thank you.
If I can get to it, there it is.
Mr. Lee, are we ready to proceed on Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Keto Armstrong, file number 23-00982, 23L27744432 and 4433. Council appearances.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Keto Armstrong.
Today was the date set for a pretrial on a driving while license is suspended, explanation hearing on a no proof of insurance, and explanation hearing on an expired plate. How are we proceeding, council?
Your Honor, the city would be moving to dismiss the DWLS charge as Mr. Armstrong has been able to provide me proof that he has gotten his license reinstated.
Okay, that one will be dismissed. How are we handling the other two?
Your Honor, Mr. Armstrong reports that he was able to get everything squared away for his van. However, his truck, the vehicle in question for the plates and registration has not been registered and insured yet. He reports that he's expecting an income tax return in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And as soon as he gets that, he will be able to register and insure the truck. In the meantime, he has been driving the van. So he's requesting a 30-day adjournment to be able to get the money together to get the truck registered and insured.
May 23rd at 9. Do you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Armstrong?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record today, council?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Armstrong.
Okay, bye.
Mr. Lee, are you representing Mr. Evans or is it Ms. Donnelly?
I believe that is Ms. Donnelly, Your Honor.
Okay, sounds good. I'm confused. What is happening here? There's a note. My attorney may. Not here. Did she get her fingerprints done? No. It's not highlighted on my situation here. So she should already be in a bench warrant. Then.
She has a total of 6 warrants.
She's already in bench warrant on this one?
And 5 others.
Dude. Not since the labor. Ms. Donnelly, Mr. Evans is here. Did you want to speak with him?
Yes, if I could, Your Honor.
your room. Edit. Room 1. We're all set for today, Mr. Saucedo.
Oh, must that?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Derek Mitchell and Columbo didn't appear. Mr. Lee, have you heard from Columba?
No, Your Honor, I have not. I attempted to call him, however, there was some, the phone was not in service at the number that we have.
Don't just open it. What's your name, sir? Say it again for me. Okay, well. Exactly what I was looking for. Mr. Lee, your client is here, actually. Do you have a phone? It doesn't work, okay. Mr. Lee, did you need to speak to Mr. Columbo?
I do need to speak with him, yes, Your Honor.
We'll get you on Zoom, okay? Derek Mitchell. To appear. So you're here for court?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Carlos Muriel.
Do you have an attorney? You do not? Do you have a phone with you?
Yes.
You know how to get on Zoom?
No, they had helped me last time. Sure.
Okay.
Somebody that helped me.
Okay, when Mr. Bigelow comes back, we'll see if we can get you on Zoom on your device, okay?
Did you get a chance to read
What happened? Oh, it's right there. Mr. Lee, we added your client to room 2. You sent a copy of this letter to the city attorney's office?
No, I didn't. I didn't know the actual procedure, but I have a copy of myself. That's been sent.
Okay, Mr. Staples, can you come up to the courtroom, please?
Yep, I will be right there, Your Honor.
Thank you. Morning, Mr. Shepherd.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Staples from the City Attorney's Office is present in the courtroom to handle the matter, and he'll be back on Zoom in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm ready to proceed.
Okay, sounds good. We're on the record. You can come up to the table, sir. In the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Carlos Muriel, file number 23-007480 OT, council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And then Mr. Muriel is proceeding without counsel today on one count of improper plates. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, the city will be moving to dismiss this charge. It was done on a complaint warrant, so I will get a nollie sent up to the court.
We can print one for you.
Okay.
Thank you. You're all set. You can have a seat. We'll get you a copy of the signed nollie in just a moment, okay? You're welcome. Same to you, sir.
84571.
Go get Mr. Columba and our iPad. You can approach and just sign it.
So.
You want to go back to your office?
Thank you. I think they're making copies.
Is it hard? Was that the one that was messing the tone up yesterday?
No, that was
Oh,
that.
okay.
Try again.
Yeah, try it again.
Oh, the
Other
other
side.
side.
Flip it
Oh,
over.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. That would, yeah, that might fix the problem.
Thanks, sir. You're good to go. You're welcome. On a Samsung, ma'am. What's your name?
I am me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a notice to appear for a pretrial for Raymond A. Hall, birthday 2/25/1947. He has dysplasia. I had sent some papers and in reference to his cases. He cannot speak, and I sent papers from Sparrow Hospital when he was there. I guess it's a pre-trial for his no driving license, but we had explained that we have a city attorney, I guess, James Samartica.
The city attorney, James Smirka, is the prosecutor on this matter.
Oh, the prosecutor. It says plaintiff's attorney.
Yeah, you're not the plaintiff. He's the defendant. Mr. Hall would be the defendant and not the plaintiff.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Hall appeared for his arraignment, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, is that okay, very good. Okay, so Mr. Hall is right there and he can speak.
No. He has
just said yeah.
dysphagia. He has dysphagia. I am
Okay,
his POA. I'm his eldest living daughter.
I recognize that, but he just spoke and said yes.
Yes,
correct?
he could say yes. No.
That's what I said. I said he can speak. That was what I said. You said no. He can't speak though, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, did he get court-appointed counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm his court-appointed counsel. I do need a breakout room.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Do we have anybody that you need to address before I put you in a breakout room though?
Marquise Evans, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing. versus Marquise Evans, file number 23-00749, council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Marquise Evans, who is appearing separately by video.
Thank you. Today's the date and the time that was set for pretrial on a failure to stop after property damage accident. How are we proceeding on this matter, council?
Your Honor, on my end, I just would like a couple of weeks to review the evidence and go over with Mr. Evans any possible penalties. Also, perhaps get an offer from the city attorney. I'm not exactly sure how much time Mr. Staples needs. There's potentially some restitution in this case. I don't know if he would like additional time than 2 weeks for getting in contact with the alleged victims.
Your Honor, the city is prepared to work on whatever timetable the court decides. We'll get those out as soon as possible.
Sounds good. May 2nd at 10. May 2nd at 10 a.m. Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on May 2nd, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and then Ms. Donnelly, I'll put you and Mr. Hall in a private meeting room. You're in room 1.
So I can leave?
Yes, Mr. Evans, you're all set.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
don't know who this is on the Samsung SM. Mr. Shepherd, did you need to speak to the city attorney on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll put you in room 3.
Thank you.
No problem. Annette Kamakune.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Who's her?
Hey.
Mr. Lee, do you need to speak to her?
No, Your Honor, we're prepared to proceed.
I don't know if it's on the Samsung, but we're gonna remove them because they won't start their audio. and video.
Did I do?
Can you hear me?
We got cut off.
Okay, I'm gonna put you back in room 1.
Thank you.
No problem.
Your Honor, am I able to get a quick breakout room with my client?
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Kalumba. Mr. Shepherd, you can go back in the breakout room.
I'm not seeing a prompt for it. This is just leave the,
You won't get one because you're already in there. You just have to return to breakout room.
oh, there you go. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ngolavita Kalumba, file number 22-03517 and 220-116901. Council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
John Lee, appearing on behalf of Thingolivida Kalumba.
Today's the date and the time that was set for pre-trials on both matters. How are you proceeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Kalumba has indicated to me that he has paid off a ticket, but has at least one more ticket that needs to be paid off before he'll be able to get his driver's license. So we're requesting a 30-day adjournment to allow him time to get that cleared up and get his license reinstated.
Okay, which court is the ticket before?
That I am not sure.
Sir?
I'm not sure either, but it was on the East MSU campus.
Okay. Oh, it's a parking ticket you have to pay off?
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's any other tickets.
May 23rd. May 23rd at 9:30. Do you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Kumba? We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. You have a seat there. We'll get you your notice. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Annette Kamakune, file number 23L2769821. Appearance for the record.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Annette Kamakune.
Today's the date and the time that was set for pretrial and a failure to display operator's license. Is there an offer on this, or how are we proceeding?
There has not been an offer, Your Honor. However, Ms. Kamakune reports that she has obtained a driver's permit and will be taking her road test soon to complete the licensing process. So we're asking for an adjournment to allow her time to be able to take the road test and get her license fully reinstated.
Ms. Kamakune, when are you taking your test for your license?
Next week.
Give me 2 weeks. We do May 2nd at 10 a.m. May 2nd at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you have any questions for the court today, ma'am?
No, what did you say May 2nd is for?
That's your next court date.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, very good. All right. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, ma'am. We'll see you on May 2nd. I see Dominic Corliss, and then I also see Craig Wells Tanner. Who's representing
Hello?
Mr. Tanner? Is that Ms. Donnelly's client?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that is my client.
Do you need to speak to Mr. Wells Tanner?
No, Your Honor,
Yes.
we're prepared to proceed. I'm sorry. Yes, we would like to have a breakout room, Your Honor.
I'll put him in room 2.
Thank you.
No problem.
I think my client's coming back. Let me just text him real quick.
Ms. Donnelly, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Raymond Hall, file number 22-01699, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
An Assistant Public Defender, Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant Raymond Hall, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, and today was a date and time set for a pretrial on a license not valid. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, after speaking with Mr. and Ms. Hall, I do have some concerns about how to proceed. At this time, I would just be requesting a 2-week adjournment to discuss it with the prosecutor and see if we can come to a resolution.
May 2nd. May 2nd at 10:30. Any additional matters for the record today, council?
Yes, Your Honor. I would be requesting, one of his bond conditions is that he can't leave the state of Michigan without permission. Mr. Hall lives in Oklahoma with his daughter. So we would be requesting that he be given permission to live in Oklahoma at this time.
I don't know how that's a bond condition when the magistrate put he lives in Oklahoma on here. Let's see. I don't see where she made that a bond condition. Oh, no, I do see that that was probably an error. It says do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Okay. I'll have the bond amended to reflect that he lives in Oklahoma.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, council?
Nothing for defense.
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Hall.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's it. Alrighty, May 2nd. And
Okay, who's representing Mr. Corliss?
I am, Your Honor. Can I get a breakout room with him, please?
Yes, I'll add him to your room.
Your Honor, I think we're all set with the resolution on Mr. Linderman.
Oh, just a moment. Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Eric Linderman, file numbers 23-00449 and 450, council appearances.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Shepard here on behalf of Eric Linderman. We're both present via Zoom on separate Zoom feeds, and we consent to the Zoom proceeding.
Thank you. Today was the date and the time that was set for pre-trials. I have one driving while license is suspended and another failure to stop after property damage accident. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, there's two files, the 449 and the 450. Each file has one count. And so the agreement would be to dismiss the each count on both files. However, there'd be an added count, I guess, of allowing a suspended person to operate, and that's under MCL 257.904 subsection 2. It's a non-abstractable misdemeanor, and so my client would plead guilty to that added offense. And there's an agreement, or there's a recommendation for no objection to fines and costs, only an immediate sentencing from the city attorney's office. And my client would be able to pay financial obligations. He'd ask for about 2 weeks just to get that paid off if the court is inclined to go with that type of resolution, Your Honor.
Mr. Staples?
That's correct, Your Honor. Either by amending the 449 or by dismissing both and adding a new charge. The city has no preference.
And Mr. Staples' amendment to allow him suspended?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Linderman, did you want to accept that offer today?
I would like to accept that offer, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Linderman, you have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial. You have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to be represented by counsel, and you have the right to have the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until the city can prove you guilty. You have the right to have them prove you guilty by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You also have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to confront and question any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense to this charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're willing to give up each of those rights listed today so that you can enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody making any promises to you to get you to want to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Any threats being made to you in exchange for you entering into a guilty plea to the amended charge?
No, Your Honor.
Are you entering a plea because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Counsel cover factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lindeman, on February 5th, 2023, did you operate a black Chevy Silverado upon West St. Joseph Highway?
Yes, that is correct.
And was that within the city of Lansing, Ingham County, and state of Michigan?
Yes.
At the time that you operated that black Chevy Silverado on the roadway, did you have a valid operator's license at that time?
No, I did not.
It was suspended at the time?
Correct.
All right, anything further, Your Honor?
Anything from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The fine is $300. When can you make payment?
I could make the payment in 2 weeks if that'd be okay, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll note that you'll make payment within 2 weeks. You can make payment by coming up to the building and make payment at the criminal traffic window, or you can make payment online at the court website using your case number. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And that's the file that ends in 449, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You also have the option of mailing a check or money order to the court. also attaching your case number. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I do not.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Linderman. Thank you, Mr. Shepherd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Are we ready on Mr. Wells Tanner?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Craig Wells Tanner, file number 18L2367043. Council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Mr. Craig Wells Tanner.
Today's the date and the time that is set for a pretrial and a failure to display a valid license. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, Mr. Wells Tanner is prepared to plead guilty as charged.
That's correct, Mr. Wells Tanner?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
If you could put your hand down. Okay, Mr. Wells Tanner, in this matter, you have the right to proceed to a trial. You have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. You have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge being brought against you. And they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to give up that right today?
Yes.
Okay, you have the right in this matter to cross-examine or question any other witnesses the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you would believe to show a defense to this charge. You want to give up that right as well?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You want to waive that right as well, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you entering a plea because you believe you're guilty of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the charge, I just gave you the power. Failure to display ops, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
On a factual basis, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wells Tanner, on or about June 1st, 2018, were you driving on Martin Luther King Boulevard at or near Kavanaugh?
Yes, sir.
And that is in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham, State of Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you were unable to provide a police officer with proof of your driver's license. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct, sir.
And that's because you did not have a driver's license at that time, correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
You have a valid license now? No?
No, he does not, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
No questions from the city, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine is $300. When can you make payment?
To be honest, Your Honor, I would like to set up a payment plan to try to pay it off. I don't want to just give you no date and not be able to make that date, but it could be within the next 30 to 60 days. I know that for sure.
What is the payment plan that you're gonna pay within 30 to 60 days, or are you gonna make incremental payments on that?
I was gonna try to, maybe drop 75
Give me a
here.
date. You're definitely gonna give me a date, because we're not gonna just let this hang in here until 2025, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you don't make any payments. So When are you gonna make your first payment?
By the end of May, I can make my first payment.
Of how much?
Probably about $100.
I'll note here, you'll pay $100 by the end of May.
Yes, ma'am.
When are you gonna make your next payment?
Should be probably about the end of June. I could probably do another $100. And the same thing for July. Only reason I'm saying it like that, ma'am, is because I got some other stuff going on right now with the courts.
I know, I saw you last week.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say it was nice to see you, but I didn't want on these type of circumstances, it's never really that good. But yeah, I gotta see you Friday. As a matter of fact, I gotta come in to see you. So
Okay, I'll note here, you'll pay $100 the end of May, $100 the end of June, and then $100 in the end of July.
yes, ma'am. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
If I don't meet that whole $100 and I put like maybe $50 or $80, will I still get in trouble?
You just need to notify when you come in to make your payment, or if you know your payment is gonna be late or short, you need to make sure you talk to the clerk or you come talk to my staff so that I can amend my order of how you're gonna pay it, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that's not a problem. I just need to know so it can be amended. Otherwise, it'll get set for a show cause hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, very good. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir. We'll see you on Friday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. Are we ready, Mr. Corliss?
I am, Your Honor.
For the record in the matter of the people of the the people of the city of Lansing versus Dominic Corliss, file number is 23-006970D, council appearance.
Matt Staples for the city of Lansing.
An Assistant Public Defender, Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant, Dominic Corliss, who's appearing separately by video.
Today's the date and the time that was scheduled for a pretrial on operating while intoxicated. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, we will be requesting a 30-day adjournment so that Mr. Corliss can obtain a substance abuse assessment. There's also some outstanding discovery issues.
May 23rd at 9 a.m. Do you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Corliss?
What was that date again, please?
May 23rd at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, thank you. I do not have any more questions.
Okay, excellent. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
And none for defense. Thank you.
That Mr. Corliss.
Yes.
You're all set, sir.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Kamari Elizabeth Harris, file number 22L2736112, council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Kamari Harris.
Today's the date and the time that was set for a pretrial on a failure to display license. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, Ms. Harris has taken steps to get her license reinstated. She has gone to the Secretary of State. She has passed a test and received her permit. However, and she has paid money on fines. By her report, it's a total of $400 that she has paid on fines. However, she still owes approximately $250 to be able to get the license reinstated. She does need some time to be able to pay the additional monies. We're asking for a 60-day adjournment to allow her time to be able to pay off her fines in totality and get her license completely reinstated and restored.
Okay, are any of those before this court?
I do not believe so, but I am not sure, Your Honor.
Okay, where do you owe fines to?
I believe it's Lansing. I don't really know. I just know that I had a 180 fine that I paid. I had a 260 fine and I paid 220 of it. They told me I couldn't pay the $45 late fee, and then I have a $186 one left.
Oh.
It does appear, Your Honor, that it is with this court from the Secretary of State's report.
Thank you. Okay, I do see you owe 186 for a no proof of registration. Okay, if you pay that, I'll waive the $31 on that one. There's a $31 late penalty, so that'll bring that ticket down to 155, okay? On this one, which is no proof of insurance, you owe 264. There was $44 late fee added on there. Looks like you made a partial payment recently on both of those. So I think you owe. She paid that whole ticket? The one that was no proof of insurance. She paid 60 before that. Agreed, that one's closed, but I don't think that they removed the SOS fee. It says she still owe $45. That $45 is what's suspending her license, actually. So great, can you pull that file? I'll waive that. There's $45 on the one that you paid. Looks like you paid $219. You made a payment on the 31st of March and then a payment on the 28th. But there was still $45. Secretary of State. suspension fee. I'm gonna have him pull that file. I'll waive that suspension off of here.
I appreciate it.
And then on this one, you still looks like 31, I'm gonna take the $31 off, but you'll still owe 155. I know you're seeking some time to pay. I'm gonna grant you that time, but you also could go down to the city has a financial empowerment. And last week, if you had made it over to the they did a clinic for license restoration, they were paying for people's fines. And so they still have money to do that.
Okay.
So you can reach out to them and see if you're eligible and see if they can make that payment for you, okay?
And where did you say it was?
Financial empowerment.
Financial.
Do you know what office that's in, Mr., or what floor that's on, Mr. Staples?
I'm not sure it's in City Hall. Let me see.
Yeah, I think it might, I don't think it's in City Hall either. I think it might be over at the Let's Community Center. But I could be wrong.
Office of Financial Empowerment. Where are you?
I have their address is 1717 North High Street.
Okay, I wrote it down for you. I'm gonna give this to you, ma'am. What you're gonna do is you're gonna contact them, make contact with Amber Paxton or anyone in that office that could assist you. You can let them know you didn't make it to the clinic, but you wanted to know if you were available for assistance so you can get your license, okay?
Okay.
Bye. Are you appearing as counsel today, sir? You give that to her attorney. Mom's going.
Oh, yeah, Cody said because it was an e-ticket, never went before judges, never filed. So if you want to wait, you could write it on there.
Oh, it doesn't have a file, okay.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have any questions today, ma'am? Let me give you a new date.
June 20th at 9 a.m. June 20th.
June 20th at 9 a.m. is your next court date, okay, ma'am?
Okay.
We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear and then you'll be on your way.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any additional matters today, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Is this Jacob Barba?
Yes.
Okay. Does your attorney need to speak with you? That's yours, Mr. Lee?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
I'll put him in room 4.
Thank you.
Good morning. What's your name, sir?
Well done for.
Hold on. Okay. Is that Mr. Lee as well? Okay, Mr. Ward, when your attorney is available, I'll see if he needs to speak with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Agreed. Interesting. Did we do Derek Mitchell? I don't see his file. We did Derek Mitchell. Oh, I gave you that file, by the way, okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jacob Barba, file number 20-01809, council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Mr. Jacob Barba.
Okay, Mr. Barber, today was the date that we reset your matter for driving while license is suspended. I believe you were in court before 55th during your last court date. Council, how are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, Mr. Barba is prepared to plead guilty today to an amended charge of allowing a suspended person to drive.
Mr. Barber, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Barber, in this matter, before you can plead guilty to the amended charge, you would need to give up the following rights. You have the right to have a trial, and you have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence, and so you're innocent until the people can prove you guilty, and you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge being brought against you. They have to prove each element at trial beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses that the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further defense to the charge. We have to give up each of those rights in order to plead guilty to the added or amended charge of allowing a suspended person to drive. You understand that?
Yes.
And you're willing to give up each of those rights, sir?
Yes.
Okay, is anybody making any promises to you to get you to want to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Any threats being made to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No.
Okay, and are you entering a plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate a motor vehicle, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
On a factual basis, please, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Barba, on or about June 16th, 2020, were you in a vehicle traveling on Larch at or near Manchester in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham?
Yes.
And at that time, did you allow a person that you knew to have a suspended license to drive the vehicle?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. What's he in custody for?
Are you asking me, Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Barba has a case pending right now that is that has several charges. Would you like me to list them?
No, is he being held on bond?
Yes.
Served the sentence, okay. It looks like. Okay, it looks like he did have a 10% bond back in October 2022 before it converted to PR in March. So I'll give him credit time, sir. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see, do you need to speak to Mr. Ward, Mr. Lee?
Briefly, Your Honor, please.
Okay. Mr. Barber, you're free to go. You can let the deputy know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm putting Mr. Ward in room 4. I don't see Trevor King.
Your Honor, I haven't had any contact with him. I guess the only thing I'd say is that he did, let me make sure on the, check the notes, but when he failed to appear last time, he essentially appeared shortly thereafter.
Correct.
So if, I'm just looking at the timeline, the only thing I'd say is maybe a 48-hour hold if he does that again. I'm just looking.
Yeah, it looks like he appeared the same date. Later, said he forgot to set his alarm. He's working 2 jobs. Let's see here. There's still no record as to whether or not he completed the community service.
It was my understanding that the attorney who talked to him at arraignment said he did, but again, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. He's largely a homeless, so I have trouble getting a hold of him. But again, I haven't had any proof or any contact with him.
Okay, we'll hold the bench warrant. If he appears later, we'll send you an email or call your office.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good. You can hold that for 48 hours. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Eldon War, file number 22-02948 OD, council appearance.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Eldon War.
Today was the date that we reset the pre-trial to allow assessment report that was pending. How are we proceeding at this time?
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. War will accept the prosecutor's offer to plead guilty to operating under the influence of a controlled substance. The city will drop the property damage charge.
Mr. Staples?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you want to accept that offer today?
Sorry?
Mr. War?
Yes,
You want to accept that?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes,
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. War, count one, operating while under the influence of a controlled substance, a misdemeanor, maximum penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. In order to plead guilty to that, you would have to give up the right to proceed to a trial. You have the right to have a jury trial. Do you understand that?
yes,
You'd also have to give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty, and you have the right to have the city bring enough evidence to prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
yes,
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense of the charge. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you willing to give up each of those rights in order to plead guilty to count one in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody making any threats to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Has there been any promises made to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
Do you understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer?
Yes.
You may also need to report a conviction to a future employer or place the conviction on a job application. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
A guilty plea could result in a conviction that may have impact on immigration or travel status that you may be seeking. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you entering a plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, as to count one of operating while under the influence of a controlled substance, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Mr. Lee, can I have a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. War, on or about March 14th, 2022, were you operating a vehicle on West Jolly Road at the intersection of Jolly Road and Star Avenue?
Yes, sir.
And that is a road that is generally accessible to the public, yes?
Yeah.
And that is in the city of Lansing and the county of Ingham, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, did you have cocaine in your system?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter is going to be set for sentencing. The sentencing date is going to be June 13th, 2023 at 8:30 in the morning. Prior to sentencing, you need to have a pre-sentence investigation completed. So you need to report to our probation department no later than Thursday at 11:30 in person here at City Hall, 5th floor, so that they can get you set up for your interview, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for the court at this time, Mr. Ward?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Ward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you, Mr. Lee and Mr. Staples.